Maybe. All right, there we go. Guys, good morning. Welcome to the Drag Drive Repeat News this morning for August 3rd. God, I can't believe we're already in August. You're looking at me a little bit differently. That's right, I'm not at home, I'm at my mom's house. We're doing a big party for my grandmother's 87th or 97th birthday today. So happy birthday, Granny. We love you. Can't wait to have everybody over here hanging out and all that kind of stuff. Well, guys, let's get to this thing today. Let's talk. Welcome to the Drag and Drive Repeat News for August 3rd, presented by Summit Racing. I'm all tongue tied this morning. We're going to cover a ton of stuff, a lot of stuff today to go over. I'm going to be running the show solo, completely solo this time. So it's going to be fun. Eric is headed back from vacation, a much needed vacation. That dude has been working really hard. So today's topics, we're going to cover event updates. A new car is getting shipped to the U.S. for drag and drive events. And now there's a Power Wheels drag and drive. Yes, you heard me right. There is a Power Wheels drag and drive. So let's get into this thing. All right, guys, you know the deal. We're in here. My name is Mike Narks. I am the host of the Drag Drive Repeat show and news, which is what you're watching right now, all presented by Summit Racing. And y'all, we're going to have some fun today. This is going to be a little different. I've got my phone literally taped to my laptop, so bear with me. Hit the share button as we jump in here, and let's get this thing going. Summit Racing Speed Legacy began in 1968 as a one-man startup and is now the world's speed shop with 4 facilities and 200 plus catalog editions. Fueling your passion, they save you money, they deliver fast, and offer top-notch customer service for more than 1,500 brands. Make sure you download the Summit Racing mobile app for the easiest way to find parts, and find them on your favorite social media app, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They're all over those places. And from humble origins to the social media lane, Summit Racing stands by your need for speed. All right, quick reminder, you can pick up your Drag Drive Repeat merch right here, just like this shirt. You can pick that up, or a hoodie on summitracing.com. Easiest way to get them right now. We are working through some fun custom shirts that will be coming out relatively soon. We're working with our friends at Great Apparel Printing and Design up there to get those shirts going. All right, guys, you know we can't do this without you. Can't say enough. Thank you so much to our race car friends that are out there. You guys make all of this possible for sure. And thank you to our sponsors. We can't do the travel. We can't do all the stuff we do without them. Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Change 3D, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, Racing Junk Classifieds, and Power Tube TV. Those guys are awesome getting behind us and helping push Drag and Drive to the next level. Summit Racing, we talked about. Shirts, we talked about a second ago. Driven Racing Oil event updates. Why gamble with performance or protection when you get proven results from Driven Racing Oil? Trusted by top engine builders, winning racers, and devoted horsepower enthusiasts around the world. Driven takes legendary base oils such as the ones from Bradford, Pennsylvania, which comprise their GP1 line. Then Driven boosts that superior base with state-of-the-art additive packages. Learn more about Driven Racing Oil by following them on Facebook and Instagram at Driven Racing Oil, or shop now at drivenracingoil.com. Well, in true fashion of drag and drive events, King of the Open Road is this weekend. They're literally racing today. If you're watching this, if you're there, please comment down on the side. Tell us what's going on. Tell us what they got. Tell us how much fun it is. This is a picture of Jacoby Betts out watching Twisters last night at the TP, like the Route 66 TP drive-in theater last night. I'm telling you, it's I'm sad I missed that event, but hey, how many times does your grandmother turn 97 years old? So, good morning to Eric out here. He said he's headed back home soon. And y'all, the time away has probably done him good. I'm sure he is full of ideas. I told him let's not talk about business or anything this week while you're gone. Let's just have fun. And then Trevor Brandon, thank you very much, sir, saying you're killing it out there. And then Danny Pack is saying, you use a Brill cream? Y'all, this is the first time you've probably seen me without a hat on. All right, back to notes here. So King of the Open Road is obviously out, taking place right now. One thing that I like about COTR is that you get to see really cool cars like this McLaren. There's all kinds of Subarus you can see back in the backdrop there. King of the Open Road really brings out probably the widest variety of vehicle types that are at any drag and drive that we attend. They have the best, I don't know, the best mix of cars. They have a huge car show that's going to be happening today at Thunder Valley Raceway, which is in Oklahoma City. Obviously, they drove to Sapulpa, Oklahoma yesterday along, that's obviously heart of Route 66. So Sapulpa closed the streets down. All of Route 66 there on Main Street closed it down for the 150, 200 cars that are going to be here for King of the Open Road. I don't know what the number is. I haven't seen any details around that yet because I know Jared was so busy yesterday getting everything done. Oh, Lordy. We got Trevor Smith asking about the Narcs cart. It's coming, bud. I promise. I've got the transmission completely unbolted. Just need to. I may do that. I'm home all month this month, so I may go ahead and do that. And then Jeff Kirchick in here saying good morning. Kanan Hall saying good morning. Good morning to you guys as well. I liked this shot right here. Just kind of gives an idea of the variety of cars again that are King of the Open Road. You got a Supra, you've got a OBS Chevy truck, you've got a Ford Focus or Festiva or Fiesta, I don't know what that is, and then you've got an Evo back there in the back as well. So a lot of really cool cars. If you haven't done a King of the Open Road, you really need to sign up for that one. I'm sure they're probably just doing one this year because they had to push back from April to August, and so you've got to get signed up for the one that'll be in April of next year because it is a blast. Jared does a great job with working with local cities, working with everybody to make sure that everybody has a good time. And it's one of the only events that does roll racing, maybe the only drag and drive event that does roll racing because you drive on Friday and then that's what gets you into racing on Saturday and Sunday. And then this is their new trophies for this year. They've changed up some colors and stuff on the car show award, which is will be on your right if you're watching this. And then in the middle is the new crown. Last year they were kind of like a maroon color. Now it's black. Looks really, really cool. For the folks that are listening on the podcast, jump over to King of the Open Road on Facebook and take a look at these photos as well. Alrighty. And then New York State Drag and Drive. Obviously, we talked about them the other night. We talked about on episode 76 of the Drag Drive Repeat show how they had to move the event because of rain. Well, I wanted to show you guys because a lot of times hindsight is 2020, right? It did rain on Friday night, so that was kind of a win, but it didn't start raining until that afternoon. But I wanted to bring this up because the New York State Drag and Drive team actually made a post. Robert Goodell made a post asking if people wanted to reschedule or run it as planned. And you can see here, 94% of people wanted to have the event rescheduled. So, hey, if it comes down to that and it's a democracy in that part, hey, you can't be mad that they didn't go ahead and keep it running, even though they probably could have got the run in this weekend. So we'll see if it rains on them today. If it does, then they made the right choice. If it doesn't, everybody's sad. You know how it goes. It's tough being a promoter out here in the world of everybody being ready to do drag and drive stuff. So that's that one. They have rescheduled that date till October 13th through 16th, and they are working on a new way for racers to race on Thursday as well. So it may end up being a 4-day event. So that would technically make it a national level event if they race for 4 days. Now it will not count towards the Drag and Drive World Champion points because obviously this is too late in the season to make that kind of change and not enough time frame for everybody to make adjustments. So it may move to a national level if they race for 4 days, which means those points and those racers will be then lumped into the national level awards that we'll be doing at the Drag and Drive Awards at PRI 2024. So again, we're kind of working out. We won't know that for another day or so. So you'll be able to watch the episode 77 of the Drag Drive Repeat show that will tell us kind of which way that event is going to go. This car, fastest street car tribute race at Hot Rods by Havlicks in Earlville, Iowa at Tri-State Raceway. Y'all, this is going to be a huge event. A huge event. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Eric is going to be there on site getting all the cool content for stuff, but sadly, Michael Narks is not coming to Hot Rods by Havlik Fastest Street Car Tribute Race. That is probably news to Eric because I don't think I've told him either. But we have a concert that we bought for our daughters for Christmas. That is that Saturday night. So I'm not going. Very, very sad at myself for not catching that earlier, but that's what happens when you're running at the level that we're running at here. So, Eric is going to be there. He's going to be talking to racers. He's going to be getting photos. Guys, this is going to be a huge event. There's a lot of drag and drive racers that are coming. There's a lot of really, really cool cars that are going to be there that you cannot see anywhere else, that you have not seen anywhere else. I mean, lots and lots of fun stuff is going to be had there. This is one of the ones they are picking up from Robert in Florida. They're actually hauling like 3 or 4 different cars back from Florida. Robert Keith down there with a huge collection of these style of cars and a lot of historical cars from these races back in the day. So good luck to the Havlicks. They are planning to be on the show on episode 77 for the Drag Drive Repeat show to kind of recap the event and talk about some of the cars, talk about some of the races and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited about that. I'm really sad I'm missing this, but listen, I don't do many concerts at all ever. And so I'm doing this one with my girls. So, all right, the Circuit 2025 has been announced. If you haven't seen it, please jump over. The Circuit, A Charity with Horsepower, is our Facebook page. Be posting tons and tons of updates. The plan is April 3rd through 6th, which I have been working very hard for the last 3 years to make these dates work. April 4th was my dad's birthday, so this is a really important race for me. This is going to be our biggest race yet. We are doing Tulsa to Mocan to Tulsa. We're having a pre-party like we did last year. We're doing a racer party on Saturday night. I'm still working out all the details for all of that. So listen, this is a big deal for me. I'll be laying out all the extra details as we go. The plan right now is I'll have the rule sets done by September 1st, and then we will do registration sometime late October, early November. I'm just trying to work out all the details there, and if I'm going to continue to use the FOAT or if we're going to look at something that the track that Tulsa uses because of my relationship with them now. So just trying to figure out how all of that kind of works together, and we got the dates lined up. Now it's time to get all the other stuff lined up. All right, Dan Chandler says good morning. He's laying under the Jimmy putting the rear end back together. Man, that's great news. If you missed it, Dan did a really big burnout at Melling Performance for Heads Up Hustle, and as the tires gained traction, it snapped both axles clean. So pretty impressive run there from him. Love that truck. Love the burnouts that thing does. All right, here we go. And Jeff Kirchick, we're going to talk about this here in just a little bit as well. But Allie with the Dart is pretty interested in bringing her Dart out to the circuit. So yes, let's do that. Let's get a plan put together for you guys coming back. I'd love to have you at the circuit. It's going to be a good time this year. Well, let's move to the Car Chains 3D segment here. Car Chains 3D should be your first choice for custom 3D printed parts for your project car. Corey can take your idea to reality. Maybe you're looking for that special car guy gift that they can't get anywhere else. Corey can produce a one-off keychain for that special person's special car. They also produce a ton of interior pieces to mount Holley, FI Tech, Aces, all kinds of stuff, Fuel Tech, to your standard dash that's in your vehicle as well. You can find more at carchains3d.com or on social by searching for carchains3d on Facebook and Instagram. But I'll tell you the secret. Go follow Corey Nicholson on Facebook. That's probably the best way to find the newest, most updated stuff on Car Chains 3D. Well, let's wish some good luck to one of our favorite drag and drive racers, Miss Alex Taylor. The fastest woman in drag and drive is out here doing some land speed stuff. She's going to be at Bonneville this week, working with Keith and Tanya Turk in the Camaro. That's right, the Camaro is out and about. Tanya made a post, said that this is the first time they haven't been to, this is the first time they've been to Bonneville without David Freiberger in 20 years. Pretty wild. Pretty wild. So I'm excited for her to experience that. I think that she's obviously done some land speed stuff, but this is a historic car. This is, I'm sure, going to be a historic week for her out here, and gives her a really good opportunity to not only be part of the Hot Rod Drag Week 200 mile an hour club, but now she can be part of a 200 mile an hour club at Bonneville. So good luck to her. Look forward to that, and this is going to be pretty intense right here. All right. We talked earlier in the intro. About a car that's being shipped to the U.S. This is an important car. I want you guys to understand the Bitter Tears Corvette is no longer. Obviously, we know what happened to it. We talked about it earlier. Sorry, I put these pictures out of order. Sadly, this happened, but guys, look at this. Look at this. Stefan Gustafson has this car together. This happened on May 18th. The wreck happened in the Corvette on May 18th. This literally, it's August 3rd. He posted this yesterday or day before. So in a month and a half, they have completely, this is the power plant out of the Corvette into this Pro Mod 70 Camaro. Y'all, this is going to be wild right here. This is a car that it should be faster. It's going to be lighter. It's going to be a better suited car for what Stefan is doing with it. Like this should be next level stuff. So we've seen Stefan go 640s in the Corvette. I mean, this car here, he said a long time ago when he first posted about this car that it's capable of high fives. So we are about to see the next level of drag and drive racing right here. And I think we're probably going to get a good taste of that at Drag Week. Now, I don't know if this car can do that at Drag Week because it's so fresh. I mean, it's a proven race car, but it's fresh. He's, to my knowledge, hasn't taken it down the track yet, but I will have some updates for that coming up on episode 77 of the show. Y'all, this is a big deal. So we are looking at the opportunity, really. I think 2024 is the year for testing to get these cars lined out. And then 2025, we're going to see an entirely new level of drag and drive racers. What's going to be really cool is when you have this car and you have Ryan Hargett's 70 Camaro Pro Mod set up next to each other, because they're going to have to race together. This is going to be really, really cool. This car is so nice. Look at how nice this car is. I mean, and has his signature roof rack on the back, or a storage container on the back. I love this look right here. This is probably, I say it a lot, this, Eric, let's work on a shirt, one of my favorites. This right here is really, really cool, and I'm really excited about this car being out, and good luck to him. He said he's putting it on the boat next week, so if my math is right, let's say it takes 2 or 3 weeks to get here. That puts it here at the end of August. And then, can he get fluids in it? Can he get it ready? It's going to Biggins by Customs by Biggins. Biggins by Customs. Yeah, Customs by Biggins in North Carolina. And they're going to close the hole up in the hood and do a few more things to it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to see this thing at Drag Week. Man, I hope. That's my goal anyways. And surely if it's not at Drag Week, dude's going to do Southeast Street Meet. Alrighty, so we talked about that. This one here, the Kerchicks, I talked about them earlier with Jeff's comment. Y'all, one of my favorite families in all of drag and drive, probably in all of automotive culture right now. They are some of the hardest working folks. This is them. I don't even know what they're doing here, but I thought this was the coolest shot that Jeff sent me for the article that he wrote, that I basically copied and pasted onto Facebook and the website. Y'all, great story from Heads Up Hustle. They literally had a push rod go through a rocker arm out in the middle of 2 fields. I mean, it's a wonderful story, talking about the entire process of having to thrash to get the Dart and the Fairmont together. Sadly, the Fairmont fought them the whole time. They made one pass in the Fairmont, and then it just would not. They drove 10 miles, and it overheated on them so many times. So they tried to fix it on the roadside, took it back. Nick and his girlfriend Callie jumped in with Allie, who's Nick's sister, who's the owner of the Dart and driver of the Dart. And so they jumped in with her and rode the weekend, which was really cool to see that. And you know how it goes. As you grow up, you stop spending so much time with your brothers and sisters and siblings. it was probably great for them to have that time together. Got to hang out with them a few times, but really announcing that event didn't allow me to get into the pits as much as I wanted. So I saw them. Jesse Fox and I pulled into the hotel on Saturday night, and they were having dinner on the hood of the Dart, which is tradition for them to, end up eating some meal sometime on the hood of one of the cars there. I think, which is Dragon Drive Life, right? So, anyways, please go check out that article. It's great. It tells the story, and it really shows the struggle, determination that you have to have to do drag and drive stuff. So you can find that on dragdriverepeat.com/daily dose, or you can find it on the Facebook page and go and watch that there. Oh man, here we go. Taylor Hedrick in here this morning saying good morning. A little late to the party. That's okay, bud. Again, Taylor's on with CJ Roberts on Wednesday night for episode 76, telling the story of 5,800 miles from North Carolina to Miles of Mayhem back to North Carolina. Super cool story if you want to go listen to that. They spent about an hour with us, so it was awesome. All right, let's talk about WAF Racing, one of our newest sponsors here. WAF does an amazing job. I didn't put the ad read in here, so I'm going to ad-lib this, but they do an amazing job. They actually 3D print. Well, I don't know if they just 3D print, but they do a lot of like Chris's level of engineering is way up there. He's been on the show before talking about stuff, and this will explain what it is. So if you have like a specialty part that you're needing that is like body panel, or you need some kind of mount or something like that, these guys can most likely do it. This right here, so they're working with Mopar Connection, huge brand within the Mopar community, to build a Roadrunner. And so this here is a new video that came out yesterday, I think, for Mopar Connection. Made a post on their Facebook page, obviously with their link in their YouTube channel. Said this episode of Mopar Connection's YouTube channel, we paired up with Chris Wozniak of WAF Racing to take some 3D scans of our 68 Dodge Charger, I said Roadrunner, Charger, to create a new part. Wanted to replicate the air boxes of early NASCAR Daytonas. Chris helped create a new air shield that closes the gap between the grill plate and the core support. It came out awesome and almost looks like it came from the factory this way. Watch Chris's process and see if we were successful in making a functioning part. I'll tell you they were. What's really, really cool about this is obviously our buddy Chris is on here. He's telling the entire process of how he does this. So this picture here is from the YouTube video, obviously, but he's putting these little dots all over that area so he can get a scan of it. And then this is the final piece he made. So I'll flip back here to the original. You can see this opening here behind the grill plate is what they call it. And then flip over here and you can see the closed area there. Now this is a big deal for Mopar people. Apparently Mopar likes to have about 6 feet of space between the radiator and the front grille. I don't know why. I think that area is probably made for turbos, but then they never put turbos up there. So closing that off helps cool a lot of stuff, right? My neighbor has a 73 Challenger, and he actually built one of these himself because it just would overheat or get hot. Not overheat, but get hot-ish on long drives because the air comes in through the grill, but then actually funnels over the radiator into the engine bay. So you really run into a situation where you're not getting the correct amount of air across the radiator. This is going to help that on the Charger, and I know that Chris, once he gets this figured out, it's going to be most likely available on the wafracing.com, waf-racing.com website. Find it there. Find all kinds of cool stuff, but follow them. He posts a lot on Facebook, WAF Racing. I see Ed Hohenberg in here. And guys, I'll go ahead and make this announcement now. Ed is going to be on the show on Wednesday night. This is going to be a blast. We're going to talk about some drag and drive racing and all that he knows and does and all that kind of stuff. So he's going to be on with another guest. We're going to have a blast on Wednesday night on episode 77. Next up on the WAF Racing segment is Rovic. Raj, I love this setup right here. Y'all, essentially, WAF Racing built this toolbox. We've been talking about it, the carburetor toolbox, keep carbs alive, hashtag, all that kind of stuff. But you can see, this is literally from Raj right here. He says, the parts on the left, the boxes on the left, is what he had to carry with him. Now he carries the box on the right. So you can see the difference there just in space, and that's a big deal for all of us drag and drive racers that have all of the stuff. Now I don't do carburetors because I'm not smart enough. Raj is very, very smart, but now he can take in this little box. It's about the size of your cell phone. Is going to be, well, it's taller than your cell phone, but it's about the footprint of your cell phone. Now it takes care of all of those other boxes. So if you haven't done it yet, jump on WAF Racing. If you're a carburetor or no way carburetor guy, this is probably the toolkit you need. It's really, really cool. Alrighty, Molly Motorsports. I love Molly. I love George and Eric and the whole team there. Alec came out to the circuit last year, spent the weekend with us with the Molly booth. It was really cool. So attention high performance enthusiasts and racers, meet the Molly Motorsport Power Pack Kit, your ultimate solution for Power Pack performance. The Power Pack pistons are made from either 4032 aluminum alloy to allow for tighter cylinder to wall clearances and improved temperature stability, or 2618 alloy to allow for increased detonation resistance. Tailored for various engine families from small block Chevrolet to Volkswagen and Audi, Molly has you covered. What sets them apart? Forged pistons, Grafal coating, and phosphate treatment for peak performance and durability. Elevate your ride with Molly Motorsport, where performance meets precision. Unleash the power within. Visit mollymotorsport.com for more details. And for all you guys that are listening to this, Molly is spelled M-A-H-L-E. And again, Molly is not just a parts manufacturer. They are also drag and drive racers. Both of those pictures, I think, were from Drag Week 2023. All right, gentlemen's agreement. Here's the deal. I love doing this. I was up late last night. I was up early this morning doing this. I love it. Eric loves it. But y'all, it's not free. It's not easy. It takes a ton of time. So listen, our gentleman's agreement is we'll continue to do this, but we need you to hit that follow or subscribe button wherever you're watching this. Make sure you're following along, keeping up with all the drag, drive, repeat stuff and all the drag and drive news and entertainment that's out there. Thank you again for being our race car friend. Thank you for being part of this entire rocket ship that we're taking to the moon. I'm telling you, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's happening, and we appreciate all of you guys. You are making it happen, and we've got some big updates, some big news that'll be dropping hopefully in the next month. So we're working towards some really, really cool stuff. And then thank you to our sponsors who make all of this possible. It's love you guys. Thank you so much. Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Chains 3D, Corey and the team over there, so cool. WAF Racing, love Chris Wozniak and the whole team behind WAF Racing. Performer Built Transmissions, we got to have Ryan on. I'll message him, see if he can be on episode 78 to talk about his drag and drive experience at Six Summer. Howard's Cams, Luke B, we got to have you back on the show, but I got cam shaft questions, valve train questions. Sweet Patina, Blake and the team over there actually give a discount, guys. We don't talk about it enough, but listen, you can get 10% off by using DDR10 over on sweetpatina.com. Get your TKO hand cleaning wipes, get you some super cool merch, get you, and the whole reason they even started was to keep your patina car looking and acting right. Okay, Racing Junk Classifieds is probably the best place for you guys to find cool cars. They created a segment for us, a section for drag and drive cars that are for sale, and PowerTube TV, where you can find exclusive content from us and many other content creators that are out there. They have a podcast channel, they have a build channel, they have all kinds of, it's automotive 100% of the time. So PowerTube TV, probably the best way to consume automotive content right now. Performer Built Transmissions, this segment here, I love it. We're going to talk about some fun stuff here. And then we're going to wrap up. I'm going to be actually short today, which is cool because that means I get to go see my cousin and spend time at his new shop. So I'll have some pictures up for you guys here in just a little bit. Performer Built Transmissions is the official transmission builder of Drag Drive Repeat. At Performer Built Transmissions, their goal is to engineer and build the toughest transmissions on the planet. We don't just rebuild transmissions. We systematically re-engineer each model to eliminate OEM flaws and to achieve the highest levels of performance. That's why they say our transmissions are not just built, they're performer built. Well, Ryan and the team over there certainly know how to do that. If they can get the Price family wagon, the Sheila's Dream wagon, into the tens with a 4L60 at 5,000 pounds, I think they know what they're doing over there. So please, if you're looking at transmissions, performer built transmissions, Ryan and the team over there are amazing. This car is important for drag and drive racers. This was the Super Street small block power adder record holder for like 11 years. And for a long time, it looked like that on the right. It's Pinky Drag Week if you want to follow it on Facebook. Cal Hayward has created a Facebook page for this car and the new adventure that it has. Now, this car was down since 2019, looking to come back. Man, as far along as it is, I'm hoping. I just don't know if it can get there by Drag Week. But listen, if it's not at Drag Week this year, I'm sure he has it on his target for 2025. This car, low 7-second cape or low 7-second runs with the small block Ford in it. Now it has a big block Ford in it and is going. He said he's running for sixes. This car is going to be capable of 3,500 horsepower. Yes, you heard me right. 3,500 horsepower out of this car, street car, and you can see just from the pictures here side by side how different the new layout is with the turbo layout, and this new gray is just perfection, dude. It's absolutely perfect. I love it, and I love the accents underneath the hood being anodized in the original pink color. Super cool setup. This car's really going to be really, really fast, and I'm excited to see it back out. Jonathan Stonecipher saying hello from Coder this morning. Good morning, dude. I'm, again, sad I'm missing you today, but I know you guys are going to have a lot of fun out there. Again, King of the Open Road, you got to get on that list. All right, and then probably one of the coolest updates that I've seen come out of any drag and drive back to the streets is putting kids on the streets 2024, the Power Wheels Race. So this is the first ever Power Wheels drag and drive. This is going to be fun. So there's going to be two little locations. They're going to cruise the pits in their Power Wheels, and then they're going to race them. They're going to have two different locations for races, so it'll be like two different tracks. Y'all, this is genius. This is a lot of fun. This is what regional drag and drive events are about. This right here is to be able to just have a good time. Have accept the fact that we're not going to need 6 hours of wall-to-wall drag racing on the track, that we're going to have a chance to have some fun and be out and about and be in the pits a little bit. And I mean, to take the kids and put them in the Power Wheels like their parents or uncles or whoever's going to be, or aunts going to be driving at a drag and drive event. This is really, really cool. And are you ready for this? Winner gets $1,000. Or, well, there's $1,000 worth of payout within the Power Wheels drag race. So that's awesome. I'm so excited for Matt Lang and the team. If you haven't seen Back to the Streets, you got to go look at it. It's really cool. It's like he has this, he's like a madman, right? So he has this crazy deal where you race, like the winners race winners, a winner-loser races a winner-loser. It's really one of the coolest platforms for drag and drive that's out there right now. I love it. It's all heads-up racing, but it's like front side, front of the track, no prep. It's like half track, and then at one of the tracks we were at the back of the track going the opposite way. It's really, really cool, man. It was awesome. Yeah. Right here, this rules. That is exactly right. I'm excited. Brandon Parker over here being excited about the Power Wheels race, the Bucket List Mob. As a father, I could really get out of hand. Yes, that is what I think is going to be the most fun for these kids, is to be able to experience what their folks experience. So there's a lot of Power Wheels racing that goes on, and from what it looks like, it gets pretty competitive. So when you start throwing that and $1,000 on top of it for kids winning some money, it's going to be pretty intense. Alrighty. Then Andy's saying Chuck Norris is in the house, our hero. I know that's right. And talking about Mr. Rich Keto, the Canadian Chuck Norris. Well, guys, listen, I want to say thanks for watching this morning. I want to say thanks for being our race car friend. Thank you for all that you guys do. Truly, it really helps move this whole community forward, this whole motorsport of drag and drive racing forward, sharing stuff, making comments. We also just crossed 1,400 members on the Drag Drive Repeat Facebook group, #RaceCarFriends. And I want to say thanks to everybody over there. Drop some posts over there, ask some questions. A lot of really smart people in that group as well. And then also, thank you so much to our sponsors, Summit Racing, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Car Change 3D, WAF Racing, Performer Built Transmissions, Howard's Cams, Sweet Patina, Power Tube TV, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Y'all, we can't do it without all of you. It takes an entire village, but I'm leaving now. I'm going to hang out with my cousin and my brother. Steven got here from vacation last night, and we're going to go see. He has a whole hydraulic CNC machine shop. It's the first time I've ever seen it, so I'm really excited about him. So, all right, guys, thanks so much. We'll see you Wednesday night.